Hello, my loves. Welcome to a brand new episode. And not only a brand new episode, but we're playing a little Bill Nye the Science Guy, okay? We're doing an experiment. If you remember a few weeks ago when I was rambling, like I tend to do, I had mentioned that I had heard somewhere that if you freeze hosiery, that it lasts significantly longer, it's stronger. I don't know, but I want to try. So we're going to do that today. Fun fact, I did win the science fair in high school. So I know that we need a hypothesis. I haven't said that one in a hot minute. And we need a control group. So this is a whole different. You just like came here for usual content, and now we're writing hypothesis, and we have control groups. So thank you for being here on this journey with me. Okay. Anyways, I wanted to go with a cheap pair because for two reasons. A, I don't want to ruin Wolferts. That just sounds like bad, right? Ugh. B, they're made better. They're going to be harder to ruin or run to begin with. That's the whole point, hence the price range. So what I did is I went ahead and purchased a 3-pack of Legs Sheer Energy. So this whole pack of 3 was like $10. So I would say about $3 a pair. So that way we have one that we can freeze, and then we have one that we can try on, and then we have a bonus pair in case something goes horribly wrong. Yes. So I bought Legs in suntan. I love a good suntan, especially in the winter. But they don't even come if I break a nail doing this. Okay. Nothing fancy, literally. Nothing at all fancy. These are not reinforced toes, but they are a control top. Again, just our standard pair of Legs. They're like, I have not tried on a budget brand in a hot minute, and they're definitely not as smooth as some of our other pairs, but that's okay. This is perfect for what we need. So now I'm going to get it wet. Stop it. I know what you're thinking. With the sink. And I don't know how wet. I guess we're just like going to soak it and then wring it out. And then I did see that they laid it flat to put into the freezer. Okay. So let me go get this wet. I will show you like the level of dampness that we are going to put these on. And then we're going to take a hot minute because they have to freeze. I'm assuming it's going to take like at least an hour. If I run them under hot water, they will freeze faster. So we're going to try that. We're going to try running them under hot water, letting them freeze, and then they become a little pantyhose popsicle. And then I probably should let them thaw. I guess I have to let them thaw. Okay, so this is, I'll see you in 3 to 7 business days. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we're gonna try this. I probably should have done this ahead of time, but we don't have a production team here, okay? We do it all on our own. All right, so I'm gonna go get these wet, and I'm gonna show you my little present that I'm going to put into the freezer, and then we're gonna try this. All right. I don't know how this is going to work. It's going to take a hot minute as I'm calculating. I have to freeze, then thaw. So once we're done, it's like cooking a turkey. My God. Okay. All right. We'll be right back. Okay. We are back. They are like wet noodles right now. Look at how much longer they get just for the weight of the water. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold them into a nice little package here. Okay, so here we go. We have our wet hosiery, and now we're going to freeze them. I could just put them outside. It is cold enough, but let's put them in the freezer, and I'm gonna guess at least, I don't know, an hour, maybe 2, to let them freeze, and they probably won't take super long to thaw. I may like put them near like a heat register so that we can get this process going. But I will let you know how long it takes, and we'll be back for part 3. Mwah. Hello, loves. I am back. Okay. These are frozen. They were really they are definitely frozen. They were very frozen when I took them out 5 minutes ago. But I thought I would show you. You can hear them. Oh, that reminds me. Where's my microphone? Okay. They're very frozen. They're going to unfreeze pretty quickly. You can see they even have frostbite on them. So I'm going to let these thaw because putting on frozen pantyhose seems like not this channel's type of video. So we're going to let these thaw, and we'll be back for, I don't know what, part 3, part 4, whatever it is. So we'll put them in the sun, and let's see what they do. All right, my loves, we are back. As you can see, the sun has moved all day. Part, I don't know, 4 or 5, whatever. So these are the frozen pair. They have been frozen, they have been thawed, and they have been dried. And we're going to compare them against our control pair, which is straight out of the bag. So I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to start with our hand in it. Okay, frozen pair. I guess I really want to see if I can rip them. Okay, so I am now going to do the same thing to each one. All right, let's try this. Okay, frozen pair. This is me pulling very hard. Ow. Against, I am yanking on these with my nails in them. And there is no, okay, so we put a little dents in them, but there is absolutely no damage to the pair himself. Okay, we will try it with the unfrozen pair. So we're going to these are going to be, okay, I am doing the same thing. I feel like they're going to rip. Oh, any moment. Okay. All right, without breaking a nail or a finger. All right, so that was not the right test. Let's try something different. I do feel like there was more kind of damage to this pair. I feel like next we have to try snagging them. I don't understand why this is so hard. If I didn't want to snag a pair, trust me, I would snag the heck out of these. But because I do, no. I mean, come on, why? All right, let's see. What can I, like, snag them? I am gonna try them on. Maybe like one on either leg. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Any snags? So I think I have to get something serious to snag these. Maybe like a little pair of makeup scissors or a tweezer or something, because even over my jewelry, they're just not budging. I need something. All right, they seem really, all right, let's see if I can snag over jewelry with this pair. One is cold and one is not. That's how I know the difference. Okay. We need to pull in the professional gear, because so far I really thought that the one would rip, and it did not. So I'm going to get some accessories here to see if we can damage these hosiery, or if this was just like 2 of the world's strongest pairs of legs. But that is you know, the joy of an experiment. So I have some ideas. Hold on. All right. So I have a tweezers and a little like mini makeup scissors. So let's try that. And then I was just thinking, as I was looking for Velcro, because Velcro is always a snagger. I guess I don't have any Velcro. I don't know. But okay, we'll go for this one. What about the heel of a shoe? That's a pretty good test. So we have 3. I'm excited. Okay. I'm just dropping everything. Let's start. Okay, I don't want to damage my new dress. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna hold this between my legs so we can do it this way. All right, here are the tweezers. I see like a little bit, okay. Tweezers met the tweezer test on pair 1. Now let's do the same with the unfrozen pair. So here's the original. What are with these hands? Or I mean these legs. These are gonna be just an advertisement for the quality of these. Because I've tried other ones and I have not had this luck. Okay. All right, let's try something else. Okay, back to the frozen pair. This was supposed to be like much more exciting than this. Okay, the little scissors. Okay, we're going up and down. We're going left and right. Okay. There's a tiniest little snag from my scissor action here. Oh, I got another tiny little snag. Okay, but no cuts. This was the frozen pair. All right, unfrozen. All right, where's she at? Okay, this I feel like this is gonna do some damage, but let's see. Okay. All right, I did. I got a snag. All right, so far the theory is correct. There's a full-on snag. Maybe I need to like pull it tighter. Okay, I got a run. I got one run out of that. Would have thought more. Would have thought more. Now, we're going for the fun, okay? Well, that doesn't count. That went into the run. I'm going to put these away. We have to stick to our order, okay? All right, so back to the frozen pair. They definitely feel like the material or the nylon feels like a tighter weave in these. So I guess it did something. Let's see if we can. I mean, I am going to town here. It's kind of fun. I guess if you need a stress relaxer. Oh, okay. Look at that. This was the frozen pair. And I did. After a couple of attempts, we did snag them. Now, let's try this. This is the unfrozen pair. Will it not snag because there's more elasticity to them? I don't know. I can't. Okay. Going to town. Okay, I did get a snag. But not a rip. So I wonder if because there is more elasticity, because they've not been, okay, I got another one. All right, so there definitely was more damage. My thought with this test is it could be because the frozen pair had less elasticity to them. So I don't know if that was a fair test. However, I must say, if the ground was not frozen with a sheet of ice, I want to try and like run them over cement. I think I'm going to do that. I think we're going to go on a field trip outside. Okay, we're going to go on a field trip outside and I'm going to run them over cement and we're going to see what happens. It is also very cold outside. But it is sunny. So let us try this. Frozen pair, non-frozen pair. Let's see if we were to walk potentially on cement. These are on now. Frozen, non-frozen. My first impression is the frozen ones were definitely a bit tighter, so it took a little more stretching to get on, but there was no issue on that. And then the unfrozen ones, which do have holes in them, much more snags than our frozen pair, just due to our testing. Now, I took them outside and I shuffled. In the snow. So all right, left is frozen, right is not. So I'm shuffling backwards. I can't feel my heels anymore because it's that cold. Okay, a little snaggy on both sides, and we're going back inside. This is freaking cold. So let's take these off. Not the snow, the cement and the ice. My Tootsies are frozen, but I do see, you can see there are some snags. I don't know, can you see that? There are some snags and then some holes from the cement. Okay, so it did, if you were to walk barefoot, depending on how long, you may have some issues. All right, so we did have a little bit of holes there. Now, I'm really curious to see what is going to happen in our non-frozen pair, because if there is no damage, then I'm just going to say that freezing it, I can't make a decision. Okay, I'm looking, same thing. There is a little bit of, there's a few, as you can see, there's a few little holes. I feel like there's a little more snags in this one. Maybe a little more pinholes from the cement, but I don't know. I don't know. As I say, the jury's out. I can't tell you. I don't know if it's worth it. I think that this would have to be done in a much longer wearing test. But what I can tell you is these, I don't know what the package is, these Legs Sheer Energy for $3 a pair, they are quite strong. They are quite strong because they gave a good fight, let me tell you. I had to work at destroying these. And let me also tell you the number of times that I've had to delicately not make a run or a hole in a pair, and it happens without even trying. So the fact that I had to try very hard in order to destroy these, and yet they came out pretty decent for what I did to them, I must say, I am impressed. Legs, I am impressed. Your $3 pair has left me impressed. Unfortunately, it also left for not a very climactic video here. But at the end of the day, yeah, you can do it. I think that it might make them a little bit stronger. Will it stop them from more damage? I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that there wasn't like this huge difference. This wasn't like a life-changing hack. If anything, it was just cold outside, cold from the freezer. So yeah, I guess that's it. I appreciate you sticking with this journey. It was a journey, and now we know. And now when you see that little video on the internet and it says you need to freeze them, you know, I mean, you could. It's not going to do any damage. It's not going to like life change. Granted, the non-frozen pair did not snag as much as the, no, let's, the frozen pair did not snag as much as the non-frozen pair, but they both still snagged. So anyways, all right, well, that's that. Mwah. We'll see you next week when we will go back to a normal try-on video. All right, my loves.